So the Beacon Foundation was started in 1988, and it was really out of frustration that government were throwing millions of dollars into addressing the issue of youth unemployment, and three people really saw that it wasn't getting to the root of the problem. Too many young Australians were going out the school gate to nothing, and the three people that set Beacon up were really focused on making a difference and doing new and innovative projects in addressing that single issue of youth unemployment.
Youth unemployment is rising, but it doesn't seem to be an issue that's capturing mainstream media attention.
Yeah, which is frustrating to us. I mean, I think that's a combination of the global financial crisis, but we've also got a number of young Australians that are going through a school system, disengaging, not seeing any relevance. So in lots of ways for us, the key to Beacon is really about inspiring and motivating those young people and instilling self-belief in them and really getting them out there, as a really valuable commodity to industry. So I think the opportunities are there and are continuing to grow, but it's us getting the supply, really intact.
Well, can you shed any light on why we're seeing an increase in youth unemployment? Is it GFC related?
I think it's a combination, but I think that certainly has an impact. I think we're seeing young people that are becoming disenchanted in not only education, but disenchanted in their future. If you're a young person that has come from third-generation unemployment, you would have a sense of, well, firstly, you might not know anyone who works. So in terms of, your pathway is potentially, from school straight on to welfare. In some cases, an ambition to do that.
One of Beacon's main programs is school-to-work transition. We're more privileged than most here in Australia. Is the problem here a lack of education or just a clear path to employment?
Well, I think it's, for many young people, it's about really trying to inspire them and show them what's out there. Because, how are they supposed to know really what an engineer does or an accountant does or a mechanic does unless they really, firstly, hear from people firsthand, but get an opportunity, real-life experience out there and seeing what that career is all about. So for us, it's about turning the light on for those young people and getting good role models, people that can really engage them and instill that self-belief, belief that they can achieve.
You do a lot of work with Indigenous Australians. Are they still the forgotten Australians when it comes to employment?
Absolutely, and I think there's certainly a number of organisations that really are focused and have a clear KPI around employing Indigenous young people. But some of the challenges that they face is in terms of some of the organisations that have, for example, need a university degree. So for them to find Indigenous people that can go that have done a university degree is sometimes difficult. So it's about going upstream and ensuring Indigenous young people, are completing Year 10, are completing Year 12, and then again the same thing, putting up good role models and inspiring them and showing them that they can achieve. And that's really, for us, it's about really, we have a one-size-fits-all in lots of ways. It's really about inspiring and motivating people.
So what's the best way to increase Indigenous employment? What programs have you implemented?
We've run a model in Western Australia where we've worked with the education system. They came to us and told us that they had 17 young people that had completed Year 12. 6 months after, there was one left. So they went on to either university or TAFE or jobs. 6 months out, there was only one person left. So we've worked with the education system and, in 4 schools in Perth in providing a real case management model in working with each of those Indigenous young people to ensure that they have mentoring and support after school. Because what happens with a lot of young people, once you leave school, you tend to be someone else's responsibility. And there's quite a grey area in the middle between school and work.